Bienvenidos a Óptica. Nos encontramos hoy con la banda franco-alemana Stereo Total, una mini banda que es absolutamente ecléctica y que se presenta por primera vez en nuestra ciudad. Nos encontramos hoy con Françoise Cactus y con Brezel Göring, integrantes de Stereo Total. Estamos a pocos minutos de su primera presentación en Bogotá y ellos han accedido muy amablemente a tener un tiempo para nosotros. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for your time.
We thank you for inviting us again.
I would like to start saying something I think I appreciate about your music, and I think is something I can feel when I hear to Stereo Total. You can almost feel or perceive or think that you can do music without being a musician or a trained musician.
Yeah. We are inspired by this movement which was called the Genius Dilettantes. It was an artistic and musical movement from the 80s in Berlin, and it was all people who, for example, decided to build a band even if they couldn't play one note on the piano or on the guitar, and just went on stage and we are making all these crazy bands.
Dem meine Hose gefällt, hol ich ne Fluppe raus und mach die Gage aus. Und wenn ein Wagen hält, dem meine Hose
also in this time already they started to mix these different styles, like making Super 8 movies and making music and making paintings and making music and making music in exhibitions and stuff like that. So I think it was the beginning of all this mixture, which is now really common. But I think I'm more interested in an idea than in the fact that somebody can play really wonderfully. Why? Because when I was small, there were all these guys who were making guitar solos for half an hour, you know. Sometimes I was thinking, my God, this guy can play the guitar, but it's fucking boring, you know.
Ich liebe es, Liebe zu machen, am liebsten zu dritt. Das ist total aus, das ist hippie shit, aber ich sage es laut, ich liebe Liebe zu dritt.
I would like to quote you. You said, naive is not a stupidity.
Yeah, I always liked naive stuff. I like, for example, Henri Rousseau or such painters. I think there is, in kitsch, there is something that I like in a way. I like all these Japanese games and toys and stuff because it's childish and it's not so serious, and so that's what I like about it.
Wir tanzen im Viereck, wir tanzen konzentriert, wir tanzen im Viereck, wir tanzen konzentriert, wir tanzen im Viereck, wir tanzen ich, du, wir tanzen konzentriert, ich, du, wir tanzen konzentriert.
It's certain kind of irony. It's very important for me. It's also what I see in punk rock, for example, which is like, okay, we play very bad, that's good. Also, and so it's the same with our way of playing. It's a very simple, anti-academic way, or also with the instruments that I'm using or that I'm building. So it's like, it's more I'm using that what society don't need anymore. So I go to flea markets, buy instruments for €1 or €2 and use them and try to make music with this, and so I'm always looking for what is on the trash and what is the waste of society. Okay, and that's my material. I'm using this.
There is a lot of musical references in your music, like it's punk rock and 60s and 60s music and French music and electronic music. Why are you or why are we now so interested in recycling things from the past?
I think this is happening all the time anyway. I think, like for example, punk rock is stolen from rock and roll is stolen from some. I saw the white rock and roll is stolen from the black rock and roll, which is stolen from this and that. It's music is going slowly, you know, slowly forward, slowly backward too. Because, for example, I think in the mainstream music is completely going backwards, really like. Completely old-fashioned. For me, all the MTV hits are completely old-fashioned. It's incredible that some people make music like this in 2010. For me, really.
But, I mean, it's true that like we are using a lot of old styles. But for example, I always see it as a illness of today's musicians or artists, that they have too much like historical consciousness, and they're always placing themselves in some kind of historical historical context, and think from this point what could be new or like. And so I'm always for me it's like not so important to play something new, and I think I try to use certain things that I really like or that I discovered and nobody else was into it, and so I'm trying to use this, and most of the time something individual is coming automatically out of it, so I don't need too much to think about the context that I'm in, and so I'm not so much trying to make references to musical styles. I just think, okay, this is because of this record, everything that I know is because of this record, for example. And so every music that I make is always going to be related to this one.
No controlas mi forma de vestir porque es total y a todo el mundo gusto. No controlas mi forma de pensar porque es total y a todos les encanta. No controlas mis vestidos. No controlas.
How do you feel singing in Spanish?
I like it. It's a beautiful language for singing. I mean,
You sing No Controles.
See?
And there is another song called Voy a ser mamá.
It's from
This one you sing.
It's from Almodovar, you know, from the movie
Almodovar,
maker
okay.
Almodovar.
For example, I really like the humor of this song. It's almost like a Ramones song or something like this. It's like, and so when we were in Spain and somebody translated me the lyrics, I really had to laugh, and I thought, oh wow, I'm going to make a cover of this.
Sí, voy a ser mamá. Voy a tener un bebé para jugar con él, para explotar yo bien. Voy a ser mamá. Voy a tener un bebé, lo vestiré de mujer, lo incrustaré en la pared.
Before we went to Colombia, we played in 2 shows in Berlin, and on one show we played the song Amor, Amor à Tres, L'amour à trois, and so Françoise asked a girl to come on stage just to that we are 3 on the stage, and so it turned out that she came from Colombia, and so it was like right one day before we left to go to Colombia, and I thought, oh wow, that's a very good very good sign, and so it's and so I think there's a kind of connection, and there's fluently like cultural influences going back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, what is good now? Okay, there is a lot of shit that I don't like about internet and so, but I think through this thing, the people communicate much more easily than they did when this was not existing, and so it's crazy because sometimes you come in a new country and everybody knows the same music, like the music you know and stuff. It's suddenly the earth is so small suddenly. So because I mean, okay, everybody is different, and in every country the people have got a special character, but still it's really funny. You can like yesterday night we were talking with some people. They knew all these bands that I know. It was not such a big difference, you know. Okay, there is a, you know what I mean. Yeah. So it's always like going all this news going like back and forth.
Yeah. But at the same time, we came to know you, and people knows you here by that electronic media.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could have been impossible.
Totally
for sure.
I'm thankful for like internet, like just spreading music around and people downloading stuff illegal.
Because I don't understand why
music
musicians go crazy because of that. I mean, when I was smaller, we were always making cassettes. Like one was buying a record and everybody else was just making cassettes. I mean, it's absolutely correct. I mean, and then through that, I think that the music is going more around the world, you know. So it's okay.
And you're not a mainstream band.
Yeah, that's why. Also, if we would be a mainstream band, we would lose a bunch of money, but we don't lose a bunch of money, so we don't care.
No, but I mean, we have a very good living as musicians, and so we're kind of traveling all the time, and I'm really glad that our music gets spread around and that people are giving it to each other, and so I think it's a very good way of like also promoting music. It's not about money, and it's not about like making people listen to one thing by advertisement, but just like by discovering music. So
I think they are opening the doors in 2 minutes.
Very
We have to
soon.
stop.
Well,
Yeah, because
thanks
it's
a lot.
2 to 9. Okay,
Thank
thank you. Okay.
hey, thank you very much.
Okay.
That was a good interview.
Okay, thank you.
En la música de Estéreo Total, ecléctica, contemporánea y sin prejuicios, pueden encontrarse los mismos elementos que podríamos ver en una exposición de arte actual. Gracias por acompañarnos, los esperamos en otro episodio de Óptica.